Alright, so third cut, so it got majorly interrupted. Didn't think anyone was coming home, but they came home earlier, which kind of pisses me off because I didn't have to make my grandmother go. I could go with my dad instead, but whatever. So might start. I don't know. It's kind of. I hate when that happens because I'm like so far ahead. I'm going really good and remembering everything I need to say, and then get interrupted. I really need to start editing my videos. There's no excuse for me not to. No excuse for me not to. Quick update is that the books should be coming in from Cheap Graphic Novels by July 10th, almost 2 months after my mom ordered them. I don't like them at all. They suck. They're the worst. Cheap Graphic Novels gets a 1 star, not even a 1 star. Literally 0 stars if I could kind of review. Because there's no excuse for them to be taking that long. If there's because I know they get it from 3 different places. If there's like a place A is taking forever and that's the reason for why, do not go from place A anymore. Cheap Graphic Novels is what I would say to them. I had to specify it just so you didn't think I was talking to you, because sometimes I think that. I don't know. Movies, I don't know why I do this. I'm not gonna review it. I don't review them anyways, but movie everyone's been telling me to watch, all the movie reviewers. Which I'm just like super distracted right now. I was just getting so good at it, and now I'm pissed. But yeah, this one, everyone's been telling me to watch Fantastic Mr. Fox. I don't know why it took me so long to watch it. We had it at the library forever. Complete Persepolis, also one that a lot of people have been requesting I read. Not me specifically, obviously, but YouTubers say, oh, this is what I recommend. Yeah, everyone's been talking about this one. It's a movie for it, too. I'll probably watch the movie after. Usagi Yojimbo, I'm giving a second chance to, along with The Best We Could Do, and finally, remember this one, Copperhead. I kept forgetting to solicit it, or not to solicit it, no, to take it out of the library, because it was the library themselves. I'll be waiting, and kind of got the worst time because they're behind on ILLs, because the lady was out for almost a week, so she's behind. Again, interlibrary loans they get from other libraries. That's how I've been able to get so many books. Cable and Deadpool, Volume 5. For some reason, they don't have Volume 7. It's really weird. So let's get Volume 7 interloaned, hopefully. Teen Titans, Donna Troy, Outsiders. Hopefully that book comes in July 10th, too. By July 10th. This one, I hope, is not another case with Gumballs, where I don't like it, even though it got high reviews on Goodreads. I should really stop listening to them. They seem to be very SJW, and like all those SJW books, because they're kind of like... I think it's mainly the Twitter crowd. Like, not like super Twitter crowd, but like, that kind of, the ones that like Ironheart and stuff like that. Black Panther Party. I mean, it's because it was like I had my grandmother take me to the library too, and I could have gone with my dad if I had waited. He said text my mom, and I was like, why not to say? I don't know. Maybe he didn't know how long he was going to be. East of West, Volume 1. Another one I'm getting a chance to. Not a chance to, a second chance to. This one I just didn't finish. Illegal. Okay, a lot of these ones, and this is ILL now, are ones that are the last one in the series. Last volume. This one's conveniently called Last Days. It's Magneto Last Days. I really like that Magneto series. Sad to see this series go. It's Deadpool. Wow. $24.99. Scum. I like how they named it 250, but it's issue 45 on the whatever you call it. But yeah, Deadpool, All Good Things, last volume of that series. What do you call it? I don't know. I'm glad they had all of them at the library though. Interloans rather. Ghost Rider Legends. This is the technically final one in that series, but just like this series. Same with Deadpool. Just last in that 2013 series. I heard the follow-up Deadpool series is not as good, but I'll be the judge of that. I read it. And I have the first 3 or so at the library, which would be nice. I'll have to, so I can go at my own pace, I guess. I don't know. The correct Wicked and the Divine volume 7. 2 more of these and I'll be done. And I still do not know what's going on. And finally, the last book in the series, the main reason why I wanted to go as soon as possible, Preacher. This has been one of the best series I've ever read, ever. One of the best Garth Ennis books, one of the best series in general. Books, even including like non-graphic novels. Speaking of which, let's go over the reading recommendations. I have them on my phone here. Back to this phone now, which is good. I got that all fixed. 100 Bullets. I think I reviewed this before, but just in case I didn't, it's a series I highly recommend. It's so fast paced. It's just everything I like in the book. Y the Last Man, Volume 5, Book 5 rather. I heard it had a disappointing ending, and it was kind of disappointing. It really was. It just kind of like it kind of did like one of those out of left field endings, and it was kind of like where did this come from? They do a time spoilers, by the way, obviously. They do a time skip for 60 years, and the same Yorick, it's the same Yorick as before. It's a bit confusing because you don't know where he's at, because... Wait, no, because he didn't have a full head of hair. So that was that after then? Like, after he escapes? Maybe? That's very confusing, you're right. No, you're right. Why did I just say you're right? I don't know. That's right, too. That was weird. Kind of confusing ending, too, because you don't know when it takes place, because we meet him, he's in the insane asylum, but he has a full head of hair, so maybe he grew it back or something? Like he had a wig or something? I don't know. It's really weird. Because it couldn't have been one of his clones that was a bald guy, that he was saying things that only the real Yorick would know. I don't know, but I still like that series. It was still a damn good series, and well worth the wait of waiting for the books to come in. I don't know why I said that either. But well worth reading it. And well worth it if I had to buy it. If I was forced to buy the series. Myself, I wasn't. Cable and Deadpool, Volume 3 and 4. Volume 4 was a lot better than Volume 3, and I actually like the series now. It's finally giving me what I want in the series. I don't know why when I used to stare, I go like that stupid thing. Manhattan's Projects, Volume 1 and 2. Not as good as I remember it, but Volume 2 was better than Volume 1. It was kind of just, I don't know. Volume 1 was kind of slow. X-Men, Volume 5. The one Volume 6, I think it was. One down. I don't remember, actually. They had the correct volume written, it was at the top. Because they knew they covered it, so they had their own little slip that said Volume 5. I think it was Volume 5. I like that one, but it says, to be continued in Uncanny X-Men, and I'm like, wait, what will happen in Uncanny X-Men? Because it was also by Brian Michael Bendis. It was that series. Like, not too long ago. Illuminati, but it's kind of a long time ago, because it's X-Men I've heard has fallen off the deep end. Illuminati was that, oh yeah, that's what it was. Really, if I just reminded myself what exactly Illuminati was, then that probably means I couldn't remember anything about it. And it's pretty forgettable. The first issue was the best out of the series, especially because I got it based off of that first issue. The 7th issue was a little bit better than the 2nd through the 6th, but I would not recommend it, and I do agree with the 3 out of 5 reviews on Goodreads. And by Joshua Williamson, who brought us Flash, and everyone's liking his Flash run. I don't know, maybe he can't write Marvel characters. Yeah, just very forgettable. I don't even know why that was written, because it wasn't like anyone was clamoring for that side of the story. I think it's just a worse version of what has already been good, like Tangled Web, Spider-Man, Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Dark Knight, slow start, good finish. Transmetropolitan, good as ever. Again, it's still good as the other series, as the other volumes. Again, not a lot to say about Volume 6 or 7, wherever the hell I am. Volume 7, because I'm running out of time. I'm running out of I'm forgetting what it was. You know. Lazarus, was good at kind of good as the other volumes, but it kind of reminded me why I stopped reading the series when Volume 1 was out. When I finished Volume 1, because it was a super slow start. But it was still better than Volume 1. Like, I'm still going to keep reading the series, but I'm glad that didn't come in this week, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Hellboy, that was good. It's like with Dark Knight, even more than Dark Knight, it has kind of a slow start, then a huge explosive finish. There was only 4 issues, and 75% of the book was really good. The 3rd issue was just a bunch of exposition, and it just went in one ear and out the other for me. Like everything does when they do like huge, long, like the bunch of word balloons of exposition. It just goes in one ear and out the other for me. It's like just like I'm reading it and I remember I see what's going on. Like okay, and then I just forget about it immediately after. There's a way you can do exposition without having to have 5 pages of nothing but dialogue. And just people talking, no action, no nothing. Avengers. Oh yeah, the Stan Lee one. Now it's funny because issue 19, it was still Stan Lee's run, and it was only 9 issues after because it's Avengers 1 through 10. And I've heard that he wrote for Jack Kirby, and Jack Kirby wanted just a beat 'em up book, like a superhero book, wanted to draw a whole bunch of fights and everything like that. That's what brought the book down heavily, because it was just Monster of the Week. It was very boring. And Comic Pop put it best, back issues guys. They put it best when they said it was like eating your vegetables. And it was like doing your homework. You did not want to do it, and it was a pain to get through. But issue, I keep wanting to say volume, but issue 19 was actually really good. It was fast paced, more fast paced than the other ones, but and especially for a 60s book. And it felt more like what I wanted out of an Avengers book than the ones before. So I might just get that first Epic collection and then start from there. Actually start from the first series. First issue, technically. Dying is Easy, that was a Joe Hill book. Very forgettable. It was just like a lot of... It wasn't interesting. It was kind of funny because it's from Joe Hill, who was like famous, big name because he's Stephen King's son. And he's written Lock and Key, which I loved. I loved Lock and Key. And he writes this book that's kind of forgettable. It was kind of funny how... It was almost like it was a different Joe Hill than the one that wrote Lock and Key. But I remember Nosferatu was kind of slow too. Nosferatu, like we start with a character I was really interested in, and then we go to a complete because it was a prologue. Then when the actual book starts, we change characters. But that wasn't it for Dying is Easy. But it was still good. Like I liked how it ended. It was a big twist at the end, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. It's such a big twist. I was like, oh cool, I didn't see that coming. Awesome. It wasn't like a total mind blown. Like, oh, I gotta reread this book now to see if I can pick up the hints. And then finally, Umbrella Academy. It was when I gave a second chance, and I'm glad that I did. I'll be definitely continuing with that series. And my views, I guess you could say, my opinion on Gerard Way has completely changed now that I've read it again. That I've read again. That I read it again. Because before, I just thought he was just trying to be like... He was a Grant Morrison wannabe. And that is pretty accurate, but he's his own person, too. He actually has had not crossovers. He's collabed with Grant Morrison before. And since. I don't know about before Umbrella Academy. I don't even know when Umbrella Academy came out. 100 Bullets, I gave like a 9.5 out of 10, along with Why the Last Man, because of its disappointing ending. I would give I still give it a high score, 9 out of 10. Highly recommend those two. Cable and Deadpool, I give like an 8.5. It got better. I don't remember a whole lot about the volume before that. Manhattan's Project, I'll give like a 9 out of 10, I guess. No, it's way too high. This is what happens, I'm so distracted. 7.5 out of 10 for Manhattan Project. X-Men, I give like an 8. Illuminati, I give like a 2. It's forgettable. Dark Knight, I give like a 7. It's okay. It's a super slow start. Transmetropolitan, I would give like an 8. along with Lazarus. No, Lazarus I give like a 7.5. Hellboy I give like an 8. Avengers I give like a 2. Dying is Easy I give like a 3. And Umbrella Academy I give like a 7.5. No, like, except for the ones I was already on, no huge mind-blowing awesome books. Awesome books. Why did I say it like that? Like, no mind-blowing, like, oh my god, this is the best series. Except for Why the Last Man, 100 Bullets. But I'd already read 100 Bullets before, and Why the Last Man was like, I was continuing from book 4, so I already knew if you saw my reviews for that one, you already know it's the one I highly recommend. That's it. I keep stuttering.